Hello everyone, welcome to part 12 of my first ever playthrough of Final Fantasy XVI. I'm letting everyone know on discord.gg/askjoshi that we are going live. Then I'm closing Discord so that we can enjoy part 12 where I think Clive is going to rescue Jill. We have no more side quests, so we are going to return to the Ironworks, and I think this means our boat is going to work. We are standing in front of Blackthorn because he can now make stuff that we cannot craft yet. So we have to unlock a new area and hopefully get Jill back from Odin, who kicked the crap out of us and left. If you're interested in other parts of the game, definitely go back. There's a playlist with all the parts, and I've labeled all the sections. So please do enjoy as much of Final Fantasy XVI first playthrough as you like. Here we have Byron, our uncle.
All right, Clive. My dad had it all worked out.
Mid is Sid's daughter.
He'd be proud of you, Mid. His writings may have helped, but this achievement is all yours.
I have the sniffles.
Can we catch them?
The Ainayar's one of the largest, fastest vessels ever built. And it won't help she has the wind at her back. Any other ship would be hard-pressed to keep pace with her, let alone reel her in. But this isn't any other ship. This is the Enterprise!
A brand new ship with a brand new engine.
And the world's never seen anything like my dad's engine.
It certainly hasn't.
Clive, what do you know of Barnabas Tharm?
That's Odin. He's evil.
Only what the bards sing. That he sailed to Ash from southern lands. That it was his mastery of the blade which won him the throne.
He's a thrall of Ultima.
And that his sword, Odin's sword, can sever the very threads of creation. But don't lose any sleep over a last tilt. We'll do what we must to survive.
What we must.
The light! I thought this cove was meant to be hidden.
Mid! Company!
Eh?
We'll hold them off until the ship is ready. But
Bad
hurry!
guys.
Bullets! All hands! Man your stations!
Everyone with me?
Byron, Joshua, Clive, Torgal, and Gav. Akashic guardsmen / townspeople. They've been poisoned by the ether flood. They are beyond redemption, so we will kill them. A lot of them, apparently, but we're gonna work left to right.
It needs every moment we can give them.
Behind me, Lord
Deep
Ramuh.
in.
I'll take care of these fuckers. Behind me! I'll have you know earthbreaking here. One struck fear into the heart of every man in the Queen's. How are we doing, Mid?
I thought you said that ship was fast!
That was easy enough.
All right, you lousy lot. Get your asses on board. She's ready to sail.
You heard the captain.
She was quite rude.
Clive?
He's back? I thought we splattered him.
But I thought he was...
In the last
Confound
section.
it. Then it is as I feared. Sleipnir is no man, but a creation of Odin.
Multiple Sleipnirs.
Phoenix's fiery fundament. Have you no normal enemies?
My
Up
goodness.
for another round? Of course we are.
Right, Lord Rosfield?
My boy, there was a time people called me the Executioner.
Oh my goodness.
Those are my earnings. No matter, heads will roll, all the same.
That was a cool axe.
Mate, new plan!
Shoot
You
these
lead, we
clones.
Follow? Swimming, are you? Oh, bugger me! Weigh anchor! Engine's dead slow ahead!
Have care, my friends. 'Tis not blood that runs through in Odin's veins. These foes will not fall easily.
But they will fall. Like oaks before a woodman's axe. Good thing I brought one!
How long are we meant to keep this up?
As long as it takes. Unless you have a better.
Well, I've already killed at least 5 of the bastards.
Fuck it! Let's do the lot!
Should we make for the ship?
Not yet. Wait for my signal.
In your own time, Clive!
We did pretty good. Against the massive Sleipnirs.
Right, run for it!
Byron stood standing. Dad was still standing. Did I speak too soon? Torgo made it. I need to go on that boat. How are you gonna do this? Don't catch the wheel really bad. Good enough.
Now, mate!
All right, engine full ahead! And hold on tight!
This is the boat that Odin is on, we assume. He's the last dominant that's not on our side. But he is a thrall of Ultima, and he has captured Jill.
What do you want?
That's quite a mess you've made. And wholly unnecessary. You are my offering to Mythos. I would not see you damaged.
Well, keep those men away then. You're just feeding them to their deaths.
Now back to your stations! Every bell spent treading water puts another league between us and the galleon.
I don't suppose Mid has a spare engine? Since you rose from the grave, my fortunes have plummeted. Are you absolutely certain of this quest of yours, Clive?
He's like, what are you gonna do?
The foes you face are as terrible as they are numerous.
Aye, and they'd have us live and die on their terms, which should answer your question.
Ah! You have that same stubborn look as your father did when he set his mind to something. On the battlefield, I am but a single axe. A deadly one, mind, but a single one nonetheless. Yet what you require is 1,000, and I believe my old friend in Brandalar can provide them.
More the
Take
merrier.
care, Clive. I have many more tales of your father's exploits to share. And I cannot very well do that if you're dead. Again.
Good luck, Uncle. And may fair winds attend you.
As for you, Joshua, take care.
I shall do my best, Uncle.
Farewell, my nephews. When next you see me, it shall be with an army at my back. Oh, oh, yeah.
Let's hope that's in a good way.
Cheerio! Oh, yeah. Do keep up, my boy.
Well, we can't have him showing us up now, can we?
We would never hear the end of it.
As long as you win. Twould be worth it. Twinside in Sambrek. Very collapsed. Here's Bahamut, who has left our Caer to check it out. He went nuts, we beat him up. Now he's checking out what he did. He did vaporize Olivier, who was like a shadow of Ultima, so that was good.
All this...
But he's got to be shattered mentally and physically, so I don't know what his plan is now.
What have I done?
No more Mother Crystal. Lots of toppled buildings. This girl's been trying to sell ointments and tinctures all game long. So she's probably got something for him. Sail to the Naldia Narrow. Naval warfare. Probably not smart on our side, because this is a brand new boat, and Odin's like the scariest guy on the planet. And his boat.
There's a lot of sea between here and Waloed, but any ship heading north has to round Zemeckis and put through the Narrow. Maintain our current bearing north-northeast, and we'll catch the Black Galleon before she vanishes again.
What's to prevent her from circling around Ash from the south?
With these winds in those waters, it'd taken forever and a fortnight to reach Stonehere.
Mid knows what she's talking about, Clive. Better than any of us lot, anyway. I say we do as she tells.
Sails on the horizon.
She's ours.
Oh, jam. It's time. Northern time. I mean, that can only be one ship.
Pull ahead! And keep those furnaces fed!
Do you feel that?
Jill.
All hands! Battle stations!
So they can feel Shiva's ether. So
Let's see what this girl can do.
they know Jill's aboard. He's looking right at us. That's funny. He's ready.
Where one leads, so does the other follow. The
You can
bond
chop
of
that boat in half
consciousness
so
which
easy.
joins them, condemning both to the same fate. Yet my every attempt to strike it from their hearts serves only to tighten its hold. Fascinating. But then, there is naught my blade cannot sever.
Chop our boat in half. Like I said, we just got it.
Great Grigos, gosh!
Barnabas.
Hard a port! Heads down, you brutes! And brace for impact!
He's just gonna do it again. A weird ramrod immediately? Okay.
It's now or never.
We're going aboard. Let's do it. He's not gonna chop his own boat in half, probably. Oh well, he is. Thinking about it. Guys. He landed literally 1 second after you left.
Bloody hell! Out of starboard!
That means to the right. Port and left are synonyms because they have the same number of letters. Through the maelstrom.
Where did you hide, Barnabas?
What do we got in here?
I need to hurry.
We should kill all the deckhands. Uh-oh. Guys. That's not what you want to see. Odin's just over there destroying everything. Can't hear you from another boat.
No! There he is! He wants him alive! Hold on. I'm coming. For both of you.
Feel his leg. Let's cut off his leg.
She won't take us yet.
I could just stab all of you one time. We got her.
Get back.
Clive, how did you...
I'll explain later. Hands.
Odin's currently sinking our ship. That's the trade-off.
Can you walk?
Out of here I can.
You don't happen to have a sandwich on you, do you?
Stand still!
Phoenix, are you not the dominant of fire? I see naught before me but a guttering flame.
Well, you're just mean, Odin. Slash Ultima.
Odin.
Flying horse. He's gonna chop your boat in half.
Understand?
Chop a boat in half. It might even send a boat to the depths. Which is very clearly going over the side with Clive and Jill on it. No way. No way they got us getting out of the boat at the bottom of the ocean. Holy, how long do they expect us to last? Better figure this out quick.
Go on.
Where are you walking to, fool?
I think so.
The physics of this are impossible.
But to where?
Right? I see no good solution here. Barnabas is coming to us.
You. What did you do to Joshua?
The Phoenix? Oh, I expect he will survive. This consciousness in which you coil your feeble souls is grown thick with desperation. And thus has my master turned to my blade.
Time to chop then.
The world will soon be painted in black. And all that live shall gather in death's autumn wake.
Oh.
Not if we remove the cause of this misery. Not if we destroy the last of the Mother Crystals and restore balance to the world.
Come. Do you truly think it's so simple?
Would be cool.
The blight is inevitable. Not even the Almighty might stop its endless march. Your efforts will avail us naught. Naught, that is, but suffering. You must embrace the truth, Mythos. Accept your place with the Lord.
Keep it. As long as there's a chance, there's a choice.
Ever led astray by your blind resolve.
Now, it is time you learn the inevitability of your divine fate, however much it may hurt.
Get as far away as you can.
Clive, no.
Trust me, Jill.
Well, when you say trust me...
We don't have to do this. Oh, but we do. If only to remind you of your duty. Rise, Mythos. In the short time since our last meeting, you have grown much. Yet as a vessel, I fear my lord will still find you lacking.
Where is it?
All this fire and fury, and for what? Stopping the night. A foolish notion fed to you by a foolish man.
How dare you?
You know naught of this world nor of our place in it. If our fates were so easily rewritten, we would all be gods. Fire! I have seen enough. If reason cannot sway you, there are other reasons chosen by might.
Chopped in half because I couldn't stop his charge.
You would yield so soon.
Never.
Clive!
Do you not see? Your iron will weighs you down, dragging you ever further from your purpose.
And what is my purpose?
Mythos. Who are we? What are the dominants? The breath of the Creator still warm on our lips. We carry his light that we might guide the masses in his name. We are but mighty acts of God.
We are more than that.
You would be nothing without what he has granted you. The power we wield is his, and yet every time we draw upon it, it wears away at our very being. It breaks us,
It unmakes us, that its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The Eikon. It is too much for even his chosen few. Apart from you, Mythos. You wield the might of many, yet your body does not answer for its avarice.
What are you saying?
What I am saying is that we dominants are a means to an end. We were created for you, that you might drink deep of our strength and thereby fulfill your divine purpose.
Which is?
To feed. As you would know, could you only look beyond the walls of your prison of self-regard. As long as you choose to ignore this, you shall never penetrate my defenses. Still, you may take solace in the fact that you are not alone in your plight. The chains of volition shackle all of mankind, but there is yet cause to rejoice. For the Lord, in his mercy, has taken pity on his flawed creations, and shall see them restored to their proper forms.
And what exactly would that be?
Why, loyal servants to God.
No.
Manners, Lord Rossfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
You mean to turn everyone Akashic?
Not turn, Mythos. Turn back. For too long has mankind been led astray by their clamorous wills. It is time they return to a world of quiet equality, where they might once more know salvation.
Oh. Salvation! And abandon everything we hold dear!
We don't need your salvation. We'll save ourselves, and we'll do it on our own terms. Not yours. And not your gods!
With every defiant expression of your will, the tighter the chains of consciousness become. But perhaps that fact may be put to use.
Clive!
We're gonna be crushed by the ocean. Kinda seems that way.
The faster it binds you to the remaining dominance, the stronger your hunger will become. Until it leads you back to the only answer there ever was. Mayhap not by the path my master intended, but back all the same.
Ash is not far. I could freeze a path.
You're in no fit state.
Probably not, but I can try.
Ash is not far? Are you kidding?
Don't look back!
Clive bested. Well, I'm glad if I was gonna lose, it's a point where the story is okay with you losing. Level 40. Big 4-0. The Will of Light. But that ocean, wow, that was something.
I hope the others are safe.
The Enterprise was clear of the gap when we fell. They made it, Jill. And they will have seen the ice where it led.
Maybe.
We need only wait till dawn. This is the second time Barnabas has bested me. I'm powerless against him.
Then maybe there really is nothing else for it but to give yourself to his master. Only you won't do that. The Clive I know would never do that.
So you believe? But do you really know me? If what Barnabas said was true, then I'm more monster than man. And each time I summon the flames from within, I burn away the things that make me who I am.
Do you, though? Think of what you've used that power for. Of all the people you've saved. It doesn't matter how or by whom it was granted, only how you choose to use it. And you've chosen to use it for good, haven't you?
I've also used it to kill. What if that's my purpose? What if it's all I'm good for?
Killing and saving, you know. Judge, jury, executioner. You're fine.
You're still that same boy I grew up with.
Tifa and Clive. I mean Cloud.
Always so
I mean
eager to
Jill.
save everyone around you. And yet always so alone. Because you failed to realize the one thing that needed saving most of all.
Yourself.
You, Clive. You.
Obviously.
You never once took the time to save yourself.
Always stabbing westward.
Myself. I think I might be beyond saving.
No one is beyond saving. Provided they want to be saved. You fight to survive. And you survive so that you may protect those you love. It's what you do. What you've always done. And I know you're not about to change. So I'm going to help you. To give you what you need to protect us all.
Her hands aren't made of stone?
Jill. Are you sure? If this is what you want, then...
Don't worry, Clive. It is.
This is not what I meant, Clive.
This burden, I'll give you the strength to bear it alone.
But I'm not alone. These burdens I carry, my sins, my pain, my sorrow, I see now that they are all a part of me.
So is she gonna have no more Shiva power?
to those I love. And I will gladly bear your burdens too, until my last breath.
Clive.
Are we married now?
I promise you, Jill. We will find a way to escape this fate. Find a way to save each other. That we might one day look upon the moon again, together.
And I promise you, Clive, that I will be there, no matter what you must become.
I know. I never thought a smile could bring me so much joy.
So now what?
What of Barnabas? Do we pursue him?
No. Our paths will cross again soon enough. Whether we like it or not. Besides, there is something we must do first.
What?
Of course. Drake's spine.
Well, yeah. I thought you were talking
The
about
last mother
wedding.
crystal.
The Einherja is at the bottom of the sea. Waloed won't dare move on Storm without her. But they know we're coming now. We'll need a plan. And a damn good one at that.
Well, yeah, I wasn't saying do it with no plan.
Then let's go home and find one. Ash will have to wait.
Become one, the promise. Very similar to a marriage. Okay, I guess we're going home.
Mid says Odin split the sea in two. But there's tall, and then there's tall.
I struggle to believe it myself.
I see your uncle isn't with you.
He stayed with the Enterprise. After our brush with the Einherja, she was in urgent need of repair. And my uncle knows a shipwright in Randalar. We're to join him there when we're ready to sail for Ash.
I'm sure that's wise. Last I heard, the place was still overrun with a cache.
Show me a city where that isn't true. Ultima's plague is spreading.
We're running out of time, aren't we? We've done our best to shore up that hideaway. I doubt a few planks will stop what's coming. Still, we'll keep at it. Every little helps, I suppose.
Let's hope so.
Across the Narrow. The power of ice. Shiva's essence. Ice Age forcefully knocks back enemies great distances. Ability details are found on the abilities menu in the main menu. Shiva's iconic feat, Cold Snap, can be used to swiftly move left, right, forward, or back to either dodge attacks or close in on an enemy.
I should visit Joshua, assuming Talia will allow it.
I see there are quests. I am interested. Shiva channeled. Bam. We have 9,500 points. Slide effortlessly across the ground in any direction, attacking with circle while sliding can temporarily freeze enemies. Launch multiple shards of ice that, upon striking smaller enemies, draw them toward Clive, can be used in midair. Unleash a river of icicles that greatly knocks back any enemies it strikes. Hold it to increase potency. Summon a colossal ice crystal that deals continuous damage to all enemies that come trapped inside it. Summon a winter storm that freezes enemies in place with a radius before knocking them back. That's a big one. I've grown quite complacent with my very good green, red, and purple. I did not like Titan because you had to charge it up and hit certain things. Flare was just kind of meh, and it doesn't actually kill, it just takes them to 1 HP, which I thought was kind of weird. I did not give Giga Flare a chance. This just does not interest me compared, like, the stars are not even that good. But if I were to learn 2 abilities, I would learn these. May as well get them done. Level 40. We got new.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Quick look.
Sambrek. Several in the Dalmekian Republic.
Think you can help?
New feature. Blacksmith.
Heard the bad news then, did you?
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's old haunt. With the forge and all that. Well, anyway, the mines just down the road from there are spewing at Aoife like no one's business.
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but they've got other problems. Akashic. Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only so much a couple of scouts can do. If something ain't done soon, the old place will be overrun.
Well, obviously,
I won't let that happen.
Didn't think he would.
Does Blackthorn know?
I thought it might be better if he didn't. He'd only do something stupid. You reckon we should tell him?
No. It's better this way.
Yeah, well, I can't stand about knowing what's happening out there.
Blacksmith's Blues 4. Does he have a new recipe? Yes, he does, so we have to go see him anyway. And I have a new missive quest. Missive quest!
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. It's a wonder they can still come back.
Yote. Are you freaking out, Yote?
The stew's awfully thin these days.
Another new feature. Let's look at our cool wall. We have lots of cool things now on our wall. We have the Oath. Ambrosia's Tack, Martell Apples, Continental Censer, Medicine Chest, Sid's Goblet, Guardian's Scarf, Hanged Man's Signboard, and that's it. Reading table. Oh, we got letters. We just got a letter. About the other day from Otto. Never shed a tear in front of no one, not even my mother. Forget about the whole damn thing. As long as it is, I'll be right here where you can count on me. On our own terms, from Karen. I regret both you and the lamp had to get all tangled up in the wicked weave of my sordid past. Left too long to fester. Sit back and enjoy the new world of yours you're so keen on creating. Duty, by Yote, my Lord Marquess, in your absence shall I watch over my new charges, affording them every protection I am able, and only as he did the same for his grace. Starting over, Clive, I cannot begin to thank you for all you have done for Lostwing. Several barrels of next season's vintage. Finally turn you off that foamy swill you and yours so covet, from Quentin. A riddle, which we figured out already. A healer's place from Taria. Thank you for helping me guide my mentor free from his mortal coil. Prevention is the best medicine. Behemoth toenails. Cole, sir, I and the other Cursebreakers are concerned regarding the well-being of our captain. Despite the apparent unrest, her recent investigations have visited upon her. Lady Doris refuses all offers of assistance. Oh my.
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me, but I can speak to her at least.
True. Now we look at the blacksmith, see if we can make anything.
The stew's
Sword or armor related.
What's Sanctfordian, dear?
Ice brand, yeah, 300.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
But you can't reinforce those, and it's only 5 higher than what we had. I think we're good.
That it? Fine.
New sword is cool, yeah. Alright, next. Let me see, quest up there.
Have you tried Molly's lemon tarts? I've never had anything so delicious.
Canva lost. It can't be true.
Miss, can we read Miss Editor's story for our lesson today?
What a wonderful idea, Jocelyn. Let's do just that.
How was she?
The Enterprise, I mean.
Ah, Sid. Just the man I was hoping to see.
Don't tell me. You need more bomb ash.
Oh no. We still got plenty of that left. I'm working on bringing another one of the Chief's designs to life. It's got a reverberatory hood over the top for additional thermal amplification. But, let's just say it gets very blimmin' hot. A heck of a lot hotter than anything Blackthorn's got in his forge, that's for certain. Only mithril engines get hotter, and you can't chuck ore in one of them and get metal out the other end. Trouble is, we won't be able to make out of any old rubbish neither. And I hear you once helped Helena get her hands on exactly that.
If it's for the good of the Hideaway, I'd be happy to.
Oh, it is. I promise you.
So, what exactly is this good stuff you need me to find?
We've got a couple of examples here. Spherical echoes, we call them.
More fallen materials. So this smelter is similar to the mithril engine in more ways than one.
That's right. They're a bit like the thermal helms. Fallen ceramics deal with heat like nothing else, see? And what's more, they're directional, transferring heat from the inside to the outside. But these things, they're all outside. We've collected as many as we can, and I know where we can get the rest. Trouble is, they're all watched over by their bigger, uglier cousins.
So you want me to visit some ruins, destroy some echoes, and bring back the spheres they're guarding?
That's it in a nutshell. Yeah, we're only 3 short, mind. And we know exactly where they are. There's one up Amber Way, in that ruin that they call Lost Plume, and another in the Silent South, over in Dalmekia. Last one is in the ruins of Advent, which is in the Empire.
All right then. Wish me luck.
Will do. I'll be keeping all my fingers and toes crossed.
Even weirder science. Weird science. Okay, so no more new quests, but we can
With Canva in the hands
advance
of a Kashik, I need to find another port.
one of them. Well, and the infirmary. Captain Doris.
Where are you?
Can I help you, Sid?
I'm looking for Doris. Is she here?
I'm afraid not. She's at Martha's Rest on a job. My job, actually. When she heard what the mission was, she insisted on going herself.
Did she? What was the mission?
Following up on some new information. Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the Dragon's Eyrie were keen to talk about their imprisonment.
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the Beastmen. I'll go and find her. She's at Martha's Rest, you say?
If she's not moved on already, yes. I hope everything's all right.
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe Cole was right to be worried.
What's going on in here? Give me back my team.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
Yeah. You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas.
True.
I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just, I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps the prince feels the same.
I mean, Dion, is he out here stumbling around still? In the nameless slum? On the outskirts of your once great town that you destroyed? Dion? Doing remembrance ceremonies with lanterns? Dion? The little urchin girls taking care of you? With her ointments and tinctures?
What is this place?
Don't move. Here, it's fresh from the well. Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand then, Ultima? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there.
Give her that
You're
weapon.
going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
No, I'm leaving. Don't want to be here anymore. In your nameless slum.
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
Interesting.
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Tyre.
Set on leaving already,
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you coming.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey.
He hasn't
They
found
may not
much.
be easy to come by in Ash.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
Well, Tarja, it's not really up to me. He can do what he wants. Speak with Vivian, or go do side quests. Martha's got multiple things to look at. Let's look at Martha's things. I think Doris is here.
Or it should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
The new quest. Might as well grab the new quest.
Ah, Clive, I was just about to send for you. I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade. Seeds for planting. I'll keep providing them with whatever they need in the meantime, but if Eastpool's going to survive, it's got to be able to fend for itself. As of those poor bearers, they've lived their whole lives in servitude. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. And if you're wondering why you, well, The wagoneers taking supplies up that way have been coming back with more and more reports of Akashic around the village of Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it. But I think even he's starting to worry. And if he's likely to share those concerns with anyone, it's you.
Of course.
Thanks. Wouldn't ask if I didn't have to. There. That should be enough to keep him in Gazal Greens for a few years at least.
Gazal Greens?
Not the most mouth-watering crop, I'll admit. But better that than something that'll wither away at first frost. And chocobos love 'em too, which is no small thing. They ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em right and they're just about bearable.
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do with them. I'll go up there and show him myself.
I'm sure you will.
Rekindling the Flame 2. The Return of Eastpool. And we know from here how to dress greens of Gazal. Never down raw, avoid the fry pan, and by no means put to stew. First mix with 9 parts Drake's mint, 6 parts lemon peel, or 3 parts ginger root, and soak in honeyed wine for a quarter moon to lessen malodor. Everyone knows.
Doesn't still hurt, does it?
Oh, 1,000 Akashic jars couldn't hurt.
There we go.
It's been a pleasure, Doris. Just like old times.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
What offer?
How goes the investigation? You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking our slaver.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long-held suspicion of mine. She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So, was it a fruitful reunion?
I'd say so. She tried to recruit me. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across the region and is looking to smuggle them back into Sambrek. After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort, which she wants me to join. She's dangerous, Sid, but I think I can stop her.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort. You can see the bearers to safety. Where are they?
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp. You go on ahead.
Will do, Capitan. Looks like this is closer. Don't need to face a goblin. Oh, the bridge is up there. Lovely. So really, that's just not usable, so... Wait. Oh, bridge down here too. Ah.
Ready, go? Faster! Good. They haven't broken camp yet. How did Doris come to know a slaver, I wonder?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. Ready the bearers. We're leaving.
Back to civilization, is it, Mom?
With all haste. Lest any of you lackwits start talking like these feckless bumpkins. I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays as it is. Any more and I'll be docking your pay.
Yes, Mom.
Oh. But before you go, it appears we have company. Kill him.
Ain't happening, broski.
You're welcome to try. So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I surrender.
Sid!
Ah, Doris. I take it you're not here to rescue me from our brooding renegade. You know, I always wondered where you'd vanished to, but casting your lot with this criminal of all people.
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Sid. I should have told you sooner. This woman, my former master, once trained bearer children to be weapons. She raised me like a daughter, and I did terrible things to earn her favor.
It wasn't all terrible, surely. We had our fun, too. You were always so eager to learn, and had such clever hands. But you proved yourself a master of both. How about it, my little dagger? Care to swear that blade to me again?
I never swore my blade to you, nor will I ever, to liberate the bearers of this world. Farewell, master. Thank you for making me the weapon I am.
You always were a righteous child. Perhaps that's the reason I loved you so.
Oh, you're not gonna kill her? Oh. Alright. Could have killed her, probably.
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me to be. Not anymore. And she no longer has friends in high places. The dame does, though.
All right. If you're certain.
I am. And thank you for everything. Now, I better let these bearers know that they're safe.
And I should head back to the Hideaway and put Cole's mind at ease.
Nope, we got another quest. Unless you automatically take me there sometime later.
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message just arrived. I hear you saved more bearers from being smuggled across.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the Hideaway shortly. Oh, and your letter. You don't need to worry about Doris anymore.
I'd been hoping as much. She mentioned one or two things in her report. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former master. She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sanbreak. She won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers, but it's none too fond of black market traders either. Can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't. But don't worry. She'll be all right.
I hope so. Suppose you should know, eh? You had quite the past yourself before you came here, or so I understand. Anyway, thanks again, Sid. The Cursebreakers would be lost without Doris.
Keep up the good work, Cole.
Hooray. Delivery.
I heard the Guardian saying you're supposed to grow up.
Ah, Lord Rossfield, what brings you to Eastpool?
A delivery from Martha.
Some seeds. Get to farming. Some nasty green stuff.
These are Gizal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings then, is she? I jest, of course. You see, I had thought we might be able to revive the old wheat fields, but they'd long since gone to seed. Only without the seeds.
Martha was hoping you might be able to show the bearers how to plant and tend these, so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their bond. They know little of freedom, unless we teach them how to live like free men. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far. It's about time we all started to provide for ourselves.
Yeah?
Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses.
The Horde is closing in. They're coming, so wait, all of them.
Time it all. I thought we'd have more time. Gather the men in the square. Send to the rest for reinforcements.
Yes, Sir Wait.
I mean, I can...
The Horde.
The Horde.
A Kashek. A veritable legion of them. They've been seen prowling around the northern reaches for a while. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size.
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest arrive before they do, we may just scrape through.
What if you could call on reinforcements from Eastpool?
You mean the bearers? We brought them here so they might live.
So wait. You said you lack men to defend the village. And the bearers not men, though they may not be trained soldiers like your Guardians. What help they are able to offer could still prove the difference between victory and defeat.
You're right, my lord. I will appeal to them. My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter. To serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared.
Not what I said, bro.
And to think we trusted you. Say what you will. A home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place. Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it.
Get him, Martha.
You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
What do you do?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it.
Good call.
I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
Yeah.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool!
For Eastpool!
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
For Eastpool.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't be now.
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of my own voice.
Lord Rossfield, my lady, we're ready.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around the village. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best they can, steadily retreating all the while.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. Instead, we will focus purely on defense at first. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at a point of our choosing. With luck, that point will be the village square. The perfect place for our most able warriors to surround them and fall upon them, and for you and I to finish them off.
A sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with a cool head and strong nerve. I'd say you have both in abundance, Await. But you'll be needed, please. Leave the last of the fighting to me.
Ha! And let you have all the glory.
Sir, wait! They're here!
Then you know what you must do. We work together. Everyone playing their part, each shielding the other that no man might fall. That Eastpool might live on. For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
Then I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
Let's save Eastpool from Akashic. So that the bearers might live in freedom.
Calm before the storm.
Oh, here we go. Chop them up. We got gobos and plants.
And here it comes. I won't let this village fall.
Killed a bunch of Akashic stuff.
Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield! Change of plan!
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in Eastpool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance. I could order a detachment or two to fall back and...
No. Let them finish the job. You stay here too, Sir Wade. Your men need you. I'll go after the Caer. Join me only when Eastpool is won.
If you're sure, my lord. May the Founder protect you.
Yeah, man, it's cool. It's curl. Excuse me.
Next one's
pardon
mine.
me.
Come on. Run like the wind.
No. No. Where's this Akashic Pearl? I've been hearing that.
There it is. With me, Hugo.
Dunzo. Curl Whisker.
All right. Back to Eastpool.
Alright. Beat 'em up. And then Wade said...
Lord Rossfield, the Caer, is it?
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. We were able to eradicate the rest of the Horde. I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attack. I hesitate to say it, but I think it might be over.
I think it might.
We did it. We saved Eastpool. Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you.
For all
you
the
brought
swords.
us together. Showed us what it means to fight for what you hold dear.
We never had nothing to call our own before. We didn't know what it meant to protect it, but now we do. We really do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. You and your people saved us. And still we doubted you. But there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now. So we have to start acting like it. We have to fight to protect what's ours. To protect Eastpool.
And we shall. We all shall. Together. This is our home. And if anyone or anything tries to take it away,
they'll have us to answer to.
Come on then. Let's get to work.
This village isn't gonna rebuild itself.
Woohoo! Eastpool, yeah! That's a cool waterfall they get to look
They're not
at.
slaves anymore.
No. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he were still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help rebuild the village. After all, this is my home now too. And I could hardly call myself an Eastpoolian if I didn't pull my weight.
I think you'll find it's Eastpudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud all the same. I'll have to pull my weight too. Can't have the rest getting outclassed. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course. And I'll be counting on yours too. Us Rosarians have got to stick together, haven't we?
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when you get the chance. I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds yet.
All right. I will.
Lord Rossfield, do you remember our very first mission together? Clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes?
Yeah, you said, shit, they brought a friend.
How could I forget?
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You, facing off against that giant Morble. Not a trace of fear on your face. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up, when the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor. I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time, I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it means to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage. Thanks to you.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria, will be safe in your hands.
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
I'll do my best.
Back for my payment.
The hero returns. It's lucky you came by when you did, eh? Not only did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved Eastpool and all.
I just did what I could.
And it's only right that you get rewarded for it. Take it, before I change my mind.
Thank you, Martha.
So, Eastpool's finally back on its feet again, and a home to free bearers. Who'd have thought we'd see the day, eh?
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Bearers in charge of themselves, though I suppose the rest ain't much different nowadays. You know, bearers living free like that. Reminds me of when I first met Sid. Old as I am to recall that particular day.
I take it you didn't always see eye to eye. What happened?
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do long before I met Sid. In fact, that's how I met him. Or at least how he came to meet me. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both managed to work out what each other was about. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all my hard work. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves. Got right under my skin, it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off and report me to the garrison. And do you know what he did? He smiled. And then he laughed.
Ha ha ha.
And then I did the same. We made a pact that day. That whenever one of us was in need, the other would always be there for him.
It's very nice.
You were.
Well, we both wanted the same thing. To make life better for bearers, just like your dad. Do you know, I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke. He certainly didn't lack for ambition, that one.
Indeed. But the loftier one's ambitions, the harder they are to achieve. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and my father started.
Suppose you're right, aye. And if we don't manage it, there's always them who come after us. Good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting in the wings, eh? It's almost enough to give you a little bit of hope.
Just a little.
Anyway, enough nattering. Better get back to work. Let's see about making everyone some dinner, shall we? The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world on an empty stomach neither.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Quest complete. Rekindling the Flame 2. 4,800 experience. Martha's Rest signboard. 100 Weirite. Why do I need so much Weirite, you might ask? And I would answer, I have no idea. Let's go see about some monsters here.
So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
If you can swing a hammer.
Clive! You're here!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris's scouts and it turns out things are worse than I thought. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. That should buy us some time if we need it. Enough for the villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes at least.
Well done.
Welcome back, Sid. I'd never have guessed, you know. Not if August hadn't let slip. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost would turn out to be the realm's most infamous outlaw? Keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did ya?
Yes. I'm just saving your village from monsters.
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing here?
Ah, they're meeting at
One of the
last.
scouts couldn't keep his voice down, unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. Zoldan, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
Then your idea of an apology. Prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best. For the village and that.
I did, yeah, but that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, didn't leave the chiefdom to the two of us. He left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravost, barring himself, of course. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead.
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. This is no time for bickering. You can finish beating each other up once Dravost is safe.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway.
Yeah. So have I.
Sorry, Clive. I shouldn't have stuck my nose in. Short enough on time as it is. Still, give us a mo, would you? I need to get my head straight before any of them Akashic try to bite it off.
I'm ready.
You, ready for the off then?
We can't afford to waste any more time.
Right you are. Might be worth having one last word with the scouts, though. Don't want any nasty surprises, do we? Oh, and Blackthorn, you and Zoltan might be better off staying inside the...
Akashic on the move.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls. And there are more coming up from the mine.
What was I saying about nasty surprises?
They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open. We're pulling back behind the gates.
Good idea. Get yourselves inside, but keep your weapons handy.
Understood.
Time to fight some monsters.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barricade the gates. No heroic last stands, you hear me? No fighting at all if you can help it.
August's right. I've seen what Akashic beasts can do to armor. The people here are tough and willing, but they ain't equipped to face what's coming.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left. I'll give you as much time as I can.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate and it won't come to that. I promise.
You'd better be right.
Take good care of Dravost till I get back.
Leave it to me, and give those things what for, yeah?
Of course. I'll give them all the what for, when for, why for, where for, who for, how for.
All right. Which one of you's first?
stunned, please?
Is that it?
Oh, a roar, you say?
Apparently not.
Oh my goodness. Was not expecting that, actually. I'll hit him up too.
Not getting past me.
Oh, I have no Lionheart tonight. Cool looking. Briefly.
No, the question is, did I miss any?
Man alive! You're still in one piece!
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says.
Only almost.
Yeah, 1 or 2 did try to sneak over the wall.
Good. Though you do know, more will come in time.
In time, yeah. But we can think about them later.
Set up auto turrets.
Sid! You're even more fearsome than your reputation. Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. But mostly, I felt grateful. Dravoged won't forget what you did today.
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether flood, meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up clawing at your walls again.
And that's if the flood don't spread. If it does, well, I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
That may be, but we're staying just the same. With ether floods springing up all over, it's no less safe than anywhere, and more importantly, it's our home. We'll fortify the gates to the north, and I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
All right. Then we'll give you a hand shoring up those defenses.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravoged needed, so... thanks.
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I shouldn't have left without talking it over with you first.
Too bloody right you shouldn't. Though I doubt I'd have listened. I always envied you. How you made everything look so easy when, for me, it was anything but. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate you. And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally. Something we can agree on. I hope you see the sense of it eventually. You kept this place alive.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but... Dravoged isn't what it once was. Our work used to be the pride of Dalmekia. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day after day, because it's easy and turns a profit. It's not about the craft anymore. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying to lead by example, but no one sees the point. The average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot. Come back to us, Blackthorn. Remind Dravoged what a true master blacksmith looks like. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same forge again.
That's a kind offer. Kinder than I deserve. And I wish I could accept. But I'm needed elsewhere. There's people who trust their lives to my steel. And I daren't let them down.
Fair enough.
But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time to time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion for the craft, shall we?
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in the next time I come calling, yeah?
Knowing him, he'd let you in anyway. Blackthorn. The master smith turned outlaw. Back in my good graces. I never thought I'd see the day.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Even better than I'd hoped.
Sid, I've got something for you.
Cracked anvil seal from Zoltan.
And this is?
A token of our lasting gratitude. But I'm of a mind to make you a far grander gift. Designs for a certain sword have been passed down from chief to chief for generations.
Oh yes, new sword.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. There's not been a craftsman equal to the task. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel. And I've learned to hone an edge Odin will be proud of. But the engravings on that thing are enough to make a jeweler cry. And they're not just for show, either.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravoged in the first place? Hmm? A certain ring? I knew I'd never surpass you with a hammer and tongs. So I turned my hand to a different kind of metalwork between the two of us. I'd say we're the equal of any master craftsman ever to have graced a forge.
You know what? I think you might be right. Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to the Hideaway, would you?
He's more than welcome, as long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan, get your tools. We've got a legend to forge.
New sword for me?
With a little help from Blackthorn, I don't see why we can't restore Dravoj to its former glory.
I'll tell you what, Clive. If we pull this off, it will ruin every other sword you've ever held.
Well, let's freaking go.
Ah, the man himself.
We were just about to make a start on that sword I promised you.
It's funny, but none of this would have been possible without your help. You remember Camille? We'll be using his leather work for the grip. The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, burning the cinders you charmed out of old Zoltan here. And that whetstone from the Outer Isles, that'll be what gives the blade its head.
Nice.
And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues engraving.
A team effort led by the greatest blacksmith alive.
Now, save that talk till the thing's finished, yeah? Right. I'm ready if you are.
To the bellows it is then.
New sword, legendary sword. Watch it be like +2 attack sometime later.
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
Ooh. I like
The
it.
sword to end all swords.
Ah, yes.
Ragnarok.
It's quite something.
I trust you'll take good care
Oh,
of it.
I'm gonna get blood on it immediately.
Both of you.
So, does this make you pair the greatest craftsman alive, then?
This? Nah. This was just following the footsteps of the greats of old. It'll take more than that to earn us our place in history. We're up for the challenge. Here.
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from Dravoj.
We reckon with those items there, we could craft something
Even better than Ragnarok?
Something worthy of a legendary outlaw like yourself.
That's a weapon I'd like to see.
How did I know that was gonna
You
happen?
leave this list with me.
I was hoping you'd say that.
One legend at a time, eh, lads? Before you start on the next, who fancies raising a cup to friendship reforged?
Couldn't have been that easy to just get the best
No
sword.
more drinking to forget my past. It's about time I had something to celebrate.
Then tap the kegs! Vulcan's boys are on their way!
Woo! To Dravoj and Ragnarok, which is hopefully awesome. 4,800 experience. Goddardammerung diagram that might slay a god. Ragnarok 325. Ooh, that is a big upgrade from 300, I think. Is where we're at now. Ancient Ashen legend purports that one day the Age of Dominance will draw to a close in an epic clash of icons and set the land ablaze, cleansing it of the foulness and allowing for its rebirth, a clash they call Ragnarok. Sick. So what do we need for Goddardammerung?
What's that for you, dear?
Bonk. Orichalcum times 3, Dark Steel times 2, Primitive Battle Horn times 1. 375. Cannot reinforce.
Anything else?
Guy. Alright, cool. Let's make sure we're actually using it. Icebrand, no. Ragnarok, yes. System, save. Alright, so we have still quite a many side quests to achieve here. Let's go grab something in Northreach. Work our way closer. New quest, right?
The High Cardinal. The Dominion's all but done for.
Then it's lucky we
What's that shouting I heard from the barracks?
We got Ragnarok.
And you're just gonna fall into line?
What else can we do?
I don't trust this Duke.
The Dame, Isabella.
Oh, Clive. What am I to do? My wards and I may soon be without a home.
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders. Second only to his Radiance at the head of the Imperial government. Not that any of those things still exist. Now he goes by his noble title. The Duke of Oriflamme.
And what does he want with Northreach?
He wants to transform it into a military stronghold, a foundation upon which to build a new Sambrek. He's already secured the support of the various army remnants, with promises that they shall be afforded the respect they deserve in his empire.
He would rob the populace to pay for it.
Believe me.
That's the type.
I have used every means of persuasion to discourage him from this folly.
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around. Couldn't he use that influence again?
How? By speaking out against one of the most powerful men in Sambrek. A man whose stated aim is to revive the empire Philippe's comrades swore to serve, and to improve the soldiers' lot within it. The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel, and an occasional trip to the Vale to help them forget the terrors they face each day. No. Any attempt to incite mutiny would cost Philippe the support of his men, if it did not cost him his life. But given the mood around town, mutiny may yet be unavoidable. The people have little appetite for further deprivation.
Who could blame them?
Clive, would you appeal to the Duke on my behalf for your services to Northreach? You have the respect of the soldiers, and unlike Philippe, no bonds of loyalty prevent you from speaking your mind to the man. Well, will you try?
Of course.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Clive.
Tell me then, where will I find this Duke of Oriflamme? In the garrison?
Overseeing the troops, yes.
All right. Wish me luck.
I may also chop them up with my new sword, Ragnarok. So I hope that's okay.
I may have met this Duke before, at the Remembrance Ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
It's not only control of the garrison. We already have a leader in the Dame.
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You're the Dame's man, aren't you? You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. With the Duke. I was hoping I might be able to speak with him.
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass. But you should be all right. His Eminence has heard all about you and your heroics. Wait here. I'll go and ask.
Oh, well that's nice. Saves us a icebreaker.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison, and I shall see it repaid. But tell me, is it wealth that you seek, or favor?
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire about your plan to turn Northreach into a stronghold.
Ah, I see. You are worried the expanded garrison will render your services redundant. Yet you needn't be. A proud fighting man like yourself shall always have a place here. Pride of place, in fact. But no more. For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt.
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the recent troubles, which is more than can be said for Oriflamme or Twinside. The Empire wants for a capital, and I believe Northreach to be the perfect place. With Caer Norvent as her citadel. Once we have seen to the refortification of both the town and the castle, we need only build a wall around both to create a city that would be the envy of the twins.
Caer Norvent is a cool castle.
Plans
I said that
are
before.
already underway for the construction. Soon enough, these thralls shall learn that they are no match for the might of Sanbrek.
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these creatures are, Your Eminence. Should they return in force, You will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town.
The people will do as their leaders command. If Sanbreque is to be rebuilt, she will require a functioning government, one whose authority is beyond question. That is why this levy is necessary, so that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed, outfitted, and paid as befits a defender of the Empire. And yet, there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous lie that I seek to steal from the people and drive them from their homes.
I suspect they're afraid of losing what little they have left.
Precisely. The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have discussed this.
Yes. And I told you then how putting the Empire before her citizens would lead only to revolt.
Without an empire, there are no citizens.
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
I'll come back later. A citizens' revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. It wouldn't hurt to ask them, I suppose. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
Do you think he was the only one who survived? Was that shouting I heard from the barracks?
Could be.
All right there. What is it you're after, sir?
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought of the Duke of Oriflamme.
Oh, him. Not much. None of us traders do. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. And now he's trying to drive us out completely, threatening to take everything we got from us if we don't clear off. If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'd be straight through that checkpoint top.
I've been hearing a lot of talk about a certain Duke.
Nothing good, I'll wager. Going around acting like he owns the place, and with hardly a word to the dame.
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, she still is. Just need his eminence to sod off back to Oriflamme.
They don't like him.
Sell anything today? As much as you, I'll wager.
Sell anything
Garrison
today.
salvaged what they could from
A question, if you don't mind. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
Don't get me started. You build a life for yourself somewhere, earning for some noble to turn up and tell you you've got to hand it all over to him. If he thinks his name and his chains give him the right to empty our purses, we'll do whatever it takes to keep what's ours. Whatever it takes.
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
Yeah, they don't like him. Soldiers probably do like him because they clothe and feed them.
And you're just gonna fall into line? What else can they do?
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the Duke of Oriflamme.
Well, he's made a lot of enemies. I mean, look around us. You can see the state the realm's in. The traders might not like having the screws put on them, but if they volunteered a few more of their hard-earned gil before things got bad, maybe they wouldn't have to. I think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire is the best way of making sure we're all protected. And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make way for those who do, well, that's just how it goes.
He's a big wuss, got it. Not a soldier, also.
You're the one who was talking to his eminent.
On the dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted. What do you think of his plan?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me what to do. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the dame. That's where my loyalties lie. not with the town or the Empire. If the Duke can get us cement and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards, I don't care how he does it.
Complacency, yeah, that's typical, normal.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this town into some sort of fortress. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise, His Eminence's word is law. Look, no one likes all these taxes and tariffs, but empires don't come for free. Once Sanbreque is back on her feet, we'll all reap the benefits.
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
Okay.
A whole day.
Welcome back. Wraiths give you any trouble?
None worth mentioning.
Captain, do you have a moment?
For you? Certainly. Clive, wasn't it? Thank you for last time. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke of Oriflamme. Do you intend to go along with his plan?
But to tell you the truth, I'm in two minds. It's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you loved.
That's right. I did.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either.
And she's probably right. Thank you, Clive. I know what I need to do now. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Doesn't matter how. Well, duty calls. So I better go. Thanks again.
What are we gonna do about it?
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Travel. Bam.
Ah, Clive. How did you fare? Were you able to speak with the Duke?
I was, but...
No one seems to care that much.
So Northreach is to be a fortress after all. Well, it will certainly help to hold back the thralls, though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople. They deserve to be heard, Clive. To have a say in this new empire the Duke means to build.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard. To be needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow their orders, and not just because of the Duke's rank, but because of his vision.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sanbreque, I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise from the ashes. Thank you for trying. But the battle is lost.
I don't know about that.
I can still cut off his head.
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in, along with my resignation. Told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I love to call it a day.
But why?
Because I realize what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it, but protecting what I care about. Protecting Northreach. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when they do come back, we need to be ready for them. We need to stand together. All of us. And with you to lead us, milady, I reckon we can do it. It was you who finally convinced me, Clive. There's no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
Indeed.
All of us, standing together. That has always been Northreach's best hope. And one which still lies within our grasp. We have only to turn our attentions to the true enemy. Thank you, Philippe, for showing me what I must do.
Anything for you, milady. Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale to help keep watch around the town? I fear His Eminence has loftier tasks in mind for the guard.
Not at all. Be my guest.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Ah.
There may be hope for Northreach yet, especially with men like you and Philippe to champion our cause. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke, in the stubborn belief that I might still tempt him into joining hands. But I suspect I shall have to call upon your aid again. Until then, Clive.
Until then.
So I didn't even get to use Ragnarok. Not a single. Just chat. Okay. Well, we will go chop up something out there, won't we? Some fallen, perhaps? How do I get out of here?
Do you see anything you like?
Sell me every potion you got.
I do like a customer who knows what he wants. You've a keen eye.
How do I get out of here?
He'd have our coin, our stock and our stores, and we're just supposed to have...
He'd have our coin.
Faster!
Here we go, kill him again. Ooh, down into the deep, scary woods. Necessary. Oh wait, I took a wrong turn anyway. Haha. Really, we wanted to go this way, not into the dark, scary woods. Just here.
I'll need to deal with these ones first. Thanks, Gal. Attack! Get him! Spherical echo.
Like that one right there? Hooray!
This is it. Right then. Just...
Done with that region. Next we go to Boklad.
What's happened?
Theo.
Ah, Clive. You'll be pleased to know that the negotiations are progressing well.
That is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Randala has just sent word that the contract should be signed very soon. But I still have much and more to prepare. It's a huge undertaking. You couldn't do me a quick favor, could you?
Sure.
What is it this time? More wild beasts?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask El how long we have until find out exactly how much faster I need to get all...
All right. I'll go and ask.
Thanks, Clive. I owe you one.
Yawn. Can you walk 35 yards for me?
Don't blame yourself, El. I know, but no buts about it.
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me a message from our intermediary. The talks with the Republican army have fallen through. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium instead. Though prices have fallen of late,
We deliberately offered above the going rate to try and deter other bidders, but the consortium offered double what we did.
You had no opportunity to make a counteroffer?
None at all. And we were so close.
Elle? What's happened? I saw Vonnie leaving. She didn't look happy.
And with good reason.
This is all Theodore's fault. Somehow.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist was speaking to. How did the Consortium even find out about this?
It's not so surprising. They have ears all over the Republic. This isn't over. The Consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually. I'm going to Randalar myself.
Alone? You sure that's wise?
Are you offering to be my bodyguard? How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the capital gates. I'll send an owl ahead and request a meeting. You go to Cashlock, Theo, and get everything ready. We've waited far too long as it is. Even if I fail to free these bearers, there will be others. Someone needs to prepare the place and keep any prowling beasts at bay.
Oh, and that's me, is it? Well, it looks like I'm following orders till she gets back from meeting the Silver Peak Consortium. She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she said it herself. She means to stay with us then. I can't say I'm not happy to hear it, but...
You have to trust her.
You're right. It's what she wants now. And if Elle's off fighting for the cause, I should do my part too. So I bid you farewell and safe travels, my friend. I'll gather my men and leave for Cashlock. We'll make sure the place is well stocked and defended. You go to Randalar and see if you can stop my sister biting the Consortium's heads off. If she won't consider her prospects, someone has to.
I'll do my best. All right. To Randalar then.
But first...
I'd better not keep Eloise waiting. What's happened? For God's sake.
What I wouldn't give for a hot meal.
Looks like this is the end of the road for us.
When are they gonna let us through?
Let's go. You deserve a rest.
Oh, this is... Whoops.
I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with the
I'll be
consortium?
right back.
Here they are now.
You wish to consult with me?
Actually, there might be a fight, so let's see what's going on.
I did. It's about the bearers you recently purchased from the Fist. We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves. And then you stepped into the fray.
You misunderstand. The consortium had an interest in purchasing them from the very first. It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding, and so we resumed our business.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions without first giving them due consideration. But what is done is done. Come then. How much do you want for them?
Alas, you are too late yet again. We rarely take on such unconventional merchandise without a purchaser in mind. The bearers belong to him.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the water. A most demanding fellow, if it's any consolation. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own bunks for the voyage over. That's what you get when you deal with continental types.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different to ours. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard, and treat them like kings.
That does sound unusual. No matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be done. And with it, my interest in joining your organization.
My associates will be sorry to hear that.
They fumbled Eloise.
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
As am I. But I only have myself to blame. He was right, you see. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those bearers before I did. Their representative hinted at a possible purchase when he came to recruit me. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be encouraged to tell me more. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to Randall.
So you never...
No. I entertained the Consortium's proposal solely so I could learn more about those bearers. But I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out. I knew exactly who I was dealing with.
You tried.
I did. And if what he said was true, the bearers are to be well treated. Which is something, at least. They deserved more. I wanted so badly to see them free.
Eloise! Eloise! Word from Cashlock. The village is under attack. A pack of beasts have come down from the mountains, and there's a dragon at its head. Theo and the others are trying to hold them off as best they can, but the odds are against them. They need help, and fast.
Theo!
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clive. I'll gather some men and join you there. Just... make sure he's safe.
Theo can wait, like, just a second. I'll be right back.
Hold on, Theo. I'm coming.
Alright. Now we can see about a dragon. Let's see a man about a dragon. Is that here? Yes. This is the other place, okay.
Come on.
Malark Schwag, welcome.
Run like the wind.
Happy Tuesday. People say that, right? On Tuesday? We're not fighting anything that's not a quest. Don't flatter yourself, goblin mugger. So Malark Schwag, we have fought Bahamut. Bahamut went crazy and started attacking his own place, and then we stopped him, but then we destroyed the mother crystal there. And then right at the end, Bahamut killed Olivier, the little kid. That was the son of my mom and of Sylvester, who was a leader of Sanbrek. Up there? Question mark? Where? I must have taken a wrong turn in Albuquerque. Try that again. Okay, so that guy, Bahamut, is Dion. Dion is the dominant for Bahamut.
Come on.
We took him with us to the Hideaway, but then he recovered a bit and then left. He was like, nah, bros, I'm out of here. So he went back to the scene of his own destruction and got nursed back to health a little bit. But he is kind of on the mend and on the run. Oh, so I have to go around like this. Here we go. And then we got our ship working, our new ship with a mithril engine. And we chased down Odin on his ship, and we actually caught him, and then Odin fought our boat while we freed Jill from his boat. And then he cleaved the ocean. And then we fought at the bottom of the freaking ocean. For some reason. It was crazy. But right now we are defending from a dragon, apparently. This village that we're trying to make for some barriers.
He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village.
Eastpool is now a bearer village. Lost Wing is now flooded.
I can do better
Ether
than that.
flooded.
Torgal,
Gone.
with me.
But Quentin and the bearers there are starting a new civilization at Gul'dan's Bale. And now this place, Cashlock, is supposed to be a third new locale for bearers to be hanging out. So we are actually toppling governments and establishing new bearer colonies where they're free. So we really are civil warring quite well. There's only one Mother Crystal left, but Odin is protecting it with the help of Ultima. He is a thrall of Ultima, and they're both of the opinion that the Mythos needs to end the world for them. And Clive's like, I don't really want to do that. I kind of like the world, even if the Mother Crystals thing doesn't work out. So right now we're just trying to establish a world that we could be happy with even if we die. Basically, doing all the side quests. Kind of tying up loose ends, establishing a world we would be happy to live in ourselves. Now the combat loop has not changed in many hours, but that's okay. I've got to figure it out now.
These creatures have already turned.
So we know there's a dragon in there, though. So where is the dragon?
I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does.
Here we go. Look at him!
Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy.
Spoinky, spoinky. And then we limit break. And then wail on him for a bit.
Theodore, you had me worried for...
Oh, is he chopped in half? Oh no, he's Akashic.
We have to get you out of here.
He's donezo.
I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream. Theodore! Don't make me do this.
Stop it, Theo! Stop!
He's a zombie.
Stay back, Eloise! He's turned. And so will you!
Yeah, you shouldn't be here. Clearly bad.
Elle.
Aww.
Theodore. Take care of my sister. Theodore. Wait. Goodbye. Elle.
Look away, Elle. Look away.
No! Theo! Theo!
Disconnected, reconnecting. Better reconnect. Reconnection successful. I hope it is successful. Sometime later.
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone because I sent him to that place. Against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life. He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead, a late bloomer. In more ways than one, for unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house before they could. I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others, but he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never regretted the decision I made. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a heartbeat.
Right?
He was never a burden. How could he even think that? If anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. He said it himself, that he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives together, and you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted, all I ever did, it was so we could be together. Oh, Theo, why did you have to... I know Theo wanted me to move on, but I'm staying here at the Crimson Caravan. We can make a difference here. I need nothing more from life than that. So I'll carry on doing what we do, ensuring that goods, people, bearers get where they need to be, bringing smiles to people's faces, just like we always have, and to Theo's, wherever he is. This is the life I have chosen. The life I will always choose.
I've made a choice of my own to continue helping you however I can. Whenever you need it.
Thank you, Clive. Let's go on together then. For Theodore.
We love Eloise. Did I level up? Wow, 4,800's a lot. 41. Crimson Caravan signboard and Scarlet Cyclone cooldown reduced, if I so choose. Alright, our mission of clearing clockwise continues. There was some alliteration right there. There is a mission next to us, above us, below us. Ah. Right here.
Lord Rosfield, is there aught the Undying might assist you with this day?
Perhaps. My brother said that your order was helping him with his quest to uncover Ultima's origin. Have you learned anything of note since last we spoke?
Little and less, I regret to report.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest until the truth is known. Even now, our archaeologians scour ruins in every corner of the realm.
Fallen ruins, I take it. Dating back as far as Phoenix Gate.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft sighted among the remnants of the fallen civilization, as if protecting the secrets concealed within.
Secrets we'd see unearthed.
Should our methods be of interest, mayhap it would please you to observe some of our number at work.
Would that be possible?
Of course. A survey is being conducted not far from here. Perchance you are familiar with Kretov. I was due to visit my colleagues there to collect their preliminary findings. If you would consent to do so in my stead, I'm sure that they would be honored.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go and meet with them.
They will be most gratified, I am sure. Might I suggest you take the road through Titan's Wake? It will lead you straight to the village, after but a short walk.
Thank you. I will.
I wish you a safe journey, my lord. May the Firebird's flames burn ever in your heart.
Duty Undying. Learning more about Ultima. What do we got? Closed area, you say?
Good girl.
Fly, Ambrosia.
This way. They're saying I can go in here now? Cannot go in here now. So... He said go through Titan's Wake, didn't he? Okay. Guess I will then.
Good girl.
Yeah!
Enough of you, are there?
Pass. Pass.
Straight home now.
Alright, what do we got here? What do we got? Ooh, that's no good. The surveyors are splattered.
Oh no. You'll pay for this.
Oh, they're gonna die.
There may still be survivors. Whatever that thing is, let's say it's their leader. Should have stayed in the path. These must be Cyril's colleagues.
Unlucky.
You have our thanks, stranger.
Who are you?
Ah, Forgive me, my lord. I did not recognize you. We are archaeologians. Thanks to them, and to you, we were, for a mercy, able to see our duty to its conclusion.
You call that a mercy? Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety before your duty. Surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's origin, a duty of the highest import, as I'm sure you will agree.
And you think your dead brothers would agree with you too?
I know they would. They gave their lives for the cause, an honor to which all Undying aspire. Now, to what do we owe the honor of your presence, Lord Marquis?
Cyril told me of your work here, and I agreed to collect your findings in his stead.
I see. That is most kind. Pray, take them then, with our humble thanks. May the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart, as it does in ours.
Well, dang. They're heartless.
It's one thing to lay down your life for another, but for a survey... I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
Ah, you are returned, my lord.
I collected your colleagues' preliminary findings. Here, take them.
My thanks. I shall study them, and inform you forthwith if I discover aught that might aid you in...
Cyril, your survey party suffered several losses in Kretov. Losses which could have been avoided, had the others not chosen to complete their work, instead of saving their friends. Were these your orders?
No. This was their choice. Every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix. It is our sole duty.
Even when death is avoidable.
My lord, I fear that this is not a point over which it would be fruitful to argue. The Undying have served the Phoenix for countless generations. We live to serve the Phoenix.
Cyril, I know that you and your brethren answer only to Joshua, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers surrender their lives without good reason. Provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might live to do their duty for years to come. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, but how Joshua would want you to serve him. Please. For all our sakes.
I thank you for your advice, my lord. If you will permit me to respond, and we of the Undying will do what we believe is right to fulfill our duty unto him as first shield to the Phoenix. I am sure you understand what it means to do one's duty.
I do.
Then we are of the same mind. And it is my hope that we may continue to do our duty together.
Right. Breath of Ice. Let's save the game. Let's take care of that while we're here. Just a short jaunt.
Run like the wind.
Enough of you, are there? want to go?
Let's see what Dalamil asks of us. Lubor again? Always Lubor.
Clive! To what do I owe the pleasure? I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you brought everyone together.
Since we brought everyone together, all is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and Natalie's hands remain safely away from each other's throats and firmly at the helm. Our stores are full, and the bandits still too disorganized to raid them, just as the good Lady Jane and Lord Underhill intended.
Are you a lord? Lubor's going to be one too. They're going to make him the Lord of Dalamil, because of how he stopped all the grown-ups from fighting.
It's the mayor of Dalamil, dear child, and the vote hasn't taken place just yet. But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act will be to build a school so that menaces like you two learn not to interrupt your elders. Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon.
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front might have caught the bandits' attention, and they might have elected to take a similar approach. They have formed what one could call a League of Outlaws.
Maybe don't talk about this in front of the
They grow
children.
more organized by the day.
We'll fight them all off just like last time. No matter how many of them there are. Won't we, Lubor?
Of course we will. If we continue to work together, we can overcome any challenge we choose to face. The longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult it will be. Until the only way to overcome it might be to run for the hill. Our best hope is to nip these efforts at organization in the bud by finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet to join the cause and ensuring that they never do. Perhaps a certain Lord Underhill might be willing to lend us his aid once more?
How could I refuse?
Thank you, my lord. Victor will fill you in on the particulars. I have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving and collating reports from my scouts. Such an amenable soul.
I'll go
Yeah,
and
the
speak with
children are
him.
not going to be swinging the swords, I don't think. I will chop everyone up, though, as I have for many hours now. Yep.
What's the difference between a lord and a man?
A League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition.
Meanwhile, in the Legion of Doom... doodle-doodle-doodle. Victor.
Still in Dalamil, Victor.
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnus by now.
I did. Then I came back. I've developed something of a fondness for the play, and having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, it would seem remiss to abandon it to another. A sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about exploiting. Hence my doing his bidding yet again.
You're not the only one.
What does he want you to do?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bandits, and he said that you might be able to help me find them.
Then you've come at just the right time. I was on my way to speak with Conrad about how to organize our forces. There are more camps in the vicinity than we can safely strike at once. But we must strike together, and we must strike soon at as many camps as we can.
All right. Which camp shall I take?
There's one upriver. Just out there, across the dunes.
Leave it with me.
No, I have not watched Harry Potter, if it was North Korean AI videos. Fortunately, it sounds like brain rot to a high degree.
Good girl.
I don't watch AI anything. It feels weird to me. But that's quite the premise. I'm gonna chop up some bandits.
That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle.
That's him! The one who killed Locke and Finger! Take his head off! This one.
Couple hilarious. Sounded like one of the voices. Roger. I'm sure there are some funny ones. I have not consumed much though since
I'd better let Victor know.
they banned a TikTok. I was like, okay,
where
I'll
are
just
you?
get rid of it. I haven't come back on there.
Ah, I see the bandits didn't pose you any trouble.
And I've been streaming
No,
RPGs
but
for what feels like a month.
that's not why you're here, is
It
it?
hasn't been a month yet.
No. Something's happened. We need you back in Dalimil.
What is it?
The whole town's in uproar. They're saying that Lubor is a bearer.
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape. Some of the children spotted him, and he was about to silence them. And when Lubor felled him with a bolt of magic and without a crystal.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. No man is branded by choice. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life.
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here, but I know one thing. Lubor needs all the friends he can get right.
You're right.
No, Lubor is a bearer, so he's auto-discriminated against. Unfortunate.
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And when that occasion arose, I forgot to reach for it. Well, it was bound to come out sooner or later.
We're sorry, Lubor. We tried to keep running, but we just couldn't anymore.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoyed playing the hero for once. All that matters to me is that you two are safe.
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing.
All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these...
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change them. We need to do something. And quickly convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them that nothing has changed.
You're right. We should speak to everyone.
I'm glad you agree. I'll handle the townsfolk. I'm a Dalmek born and bred. They listen to me. You head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie remember who Lubor really is. They know that Lubor and I are friends. I might not make for the most impartial of interlocutors. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trusted and impartial mediator of note.
I'll do what I can. Lubor, stay here with the children. I can't promise anything, but we'll try.
And that is all I can ask of you.
If anything goes wrong, kill them.
Why are you taking the bearers?
Why do they always have to make such a...
I knew all along that he...
Forgive me for disturbing you, but could I have a moment of your time?
I've seen your face before.
As have I. Lord Underhill, wasn't it? Of the League of Merchants.
That's right. I wanted to speak to you about Lubor.
The rumors that he's a bearer. All true, I'm afraid.
He'll never be mayor now. Not if I have anything to do with it.
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the Republic. In this, at least, he's done the town a service.
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he...
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you. He cannot be trusted.
So what do you propose? Will you drive him from his home? Close his forge?
Perhaps. That is a question for the people of Dalimil, and they will thank you not to get involved.
That did not go well.
The townsfolk have made their minds up.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refuse to consider anything but the...
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things differently.
All right.
Probably not. They seem like they don't give a shit about
Why the hell
Lubor.
did Victor take the bearers? I assume the situation is hopeless?
There's still hope.
But perhaps not in this lifetime, I think it's fair to say.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. Give them time. We'll talk some sense into them in the end.
No, you won't. And your efforts would be better spent elsewhere.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie. That a blade is a reflection of the smith who forged it. To yourself be true. That was her point. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself and what she believed in, right to the end. And so must I be. I must do what I know to be right, no matter what others might think of me. And now, I know what that is. I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalimil have something to unite against. For only united can they hope to stand against the threat that awaits them. I'll need to make a suitably dramatic exit, of course.
Don't go, Lubor. You're the only one who was ever kind to us. We'll be all alone. Again.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go.
How could it possibly be for the best? The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to change their mind.
It would not take it, Victor. It's over.
Over, you say? And so just like that, you're going to throw this town and these children to the wall? I thought you were better than this, but it seems you had me fooled as well.
Victor.
Forget it. Do what you will.
Pretty rude, Victor. You're not really in...
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor?
Of those available to me, I believe it's the best one. Ah, but where are my manners? Here. A reward for clearing out that bandit camp.
Yeah, let me get
Right
the
then.
hell out of here.
I have packing to do.
If there's anything I can do. Anything.
I'll bear it in mind. Thank you.
Bearers always say they'll bear something. Well, too bad for Lubor. We effed that up for him. Wah wah. It's all the kids' fault. Weirder science. We got one more little bounty to go clear before we head back to Hideaway.
Come on.
Run like the wind.
No, we're not fighting anything unless we have to. That place is...
Damn it.
Definition of ether
The whole
flood.
village is turned. No need to ride from here.
What's the fastest way? Just straight up ahead, I guess. Chocobos don't like ether flood, turns out. Makes them go crazy. Skipping you though. Bye. specific reason. And that is this little fella. Just kidding, it's this guy. And boom goes the dynamite.
That's all of them. Owen can uncross his toes now.
Ah, Sid! Wasn't expecting you back so soon. So, is it good news or bad?
I got your spherical echoes.
Good, thankfully. Yeah.
We're gonna make a hot furnace.
Ah, that's brilliant! Thanks a blimmin' million! I'll fit him to the smelter right away!
Cool. Sometime later.
May I present to you the Telemon Furnace! Ain't bad, is she?
Looks cool.
She's a beauty.
You saved my bacon again, Sid, and I ain't about to let your good deed go unrewarded.
It's fine, really. My bag's flexible enough already.
Oh, don't say that. I'm sure I can make a few improvements to it, yeah?
You could just buy me a bigger...
How about that clasp? Looks a bit stiff. Reckon you could loosen it up and make some more room? And I reckon I know how. With a new alloy we've been working on. The Telemon Furnace was just what we needed to perfect it. It's a metal, see?
That
So
voice
it's
does not
lovely
come
and
out of that
strong,
body, and you
but
can't
it's
convince
also,
me otherwise.
well,
you're talking about this
stretchy,
NPC, right?
if
He
you
is a
can
little
believe it.
mismatched.
Stretchy metal. Well, if you insist.
That is the spirit. You'll love it. I promise.
There's a really high-pitched curse bearer as well, and I actually don't think Sid with Lorath voice was the greatest match either, but it was okay. When you consider how much he was smoking. Knowing that he had a finite lifespan.
What do you reckon?
It's actually quite ingenious. Thank you, Owen.
Shh. Don't mention it. You earned it. And I wanted to get some practice in using that metal anyway. Reckon we'll have all kinds of uses for it around the Hideaway. Can't think of any right now, but that's our job, innit? Dreaming up new ways to make life easier around here. Maybe even out there, too. One day, the whole world's gonna know about the inventions you've helped us put together. That bag of yours will be the first of many. You mark my words.
They'll hardly believe their eyes, I'm sure.
More potion slots? 4,800 experience? Expanded potion satchel. Inventory maximized. So I've got the most maximized potions. Because I've got the highest potency as well. 8 potions, 5 high potions, 4 of those tonics, but still only 2 Lionheart. Upgrade consumable potency. I just got an achievement. There is new renown reward, so I'll definitely check that. it looked like the bounty board had a lot, but I think we're going to call it a stream because it has been over 3 hours now, and we just finished up all the side quests, which means that part 13 can either be a bunch of bounties or continuation of the actual story. But we're going to grab this reward and save it and call it a night. So thanks for watching and lurking and chatting.
Come to claim your just desserts?
From Victor, a fitting performance. That's the guy we just left in Dalamil. Natalie reports an unexpected surplus in Dalamil stores and a means of showing the town's gratitude for past assistance has expressed her distinct wish that one Lord Underhill partake in their good fortune. We got clutch mines, which I haven't seen before, and 2,500 ability points, which we are surplus.
Come again. I may have more for you.
So yep, have a great day or night till I see you again. We're going to take a look at this board and say goodbye. So there's now this guy who whooped us. He was level 45 and we're 41 now. Have not checked any of these others, but they are all cheaper except this guy, Ruined Reawakened, a Dread Dragon. And the Tricephalic Terror, aspect of a dragon, a lion, and a scorpion, which is a chimera. Good night, Malark Swag. We'll save it here. And see you next time. Boom. We have so many icons.